Your baby registry does not need to solve every problem before delivery. In fact, some purchases are better made after baby arrives. Today, I'm going to share 10 items that I would slow down and wait before buying or buying an abundance of. So item number 1 is bottles. First of all, are you going to breastfeed? Are you formula feeding? Are you going to breastfeed, but you're not sure? Like, what if it doesn't work out? I need to have bottles on hand. Let's see what happens when baby arrives. So what I recommend is getting your welcome bin, box, bag from Target, Amazon, wherever you create your baby registry. Often this welcome bag will have a few bottles in it. So different size and different like style of bottles. Maybe a Tommy Tippy, maybe a Dr. Brown's. As long as you have a bottle when baby is born, you will be okay. You can keep reusing and washing that bottle. You don't need to have 20 on hand. There's no need for that. Let's first see, are we even doing bottles? And if we are doing them, what is the baby's preference? And then you could buy 5 to 10 of them. I don't ever recommend having more than that unless they're going to daycare and you do find you're sending like 5 or 6 bottles every day with them. That makes a difference. In general, you don't need as many as you think. The next item I would recommend you slow down or maybe wait on would be pacifiers. So only get a couple. The hospital might give you one. Get like a little 2-pack, okay? Let your baby give it a try. Some babies absolutely despise pacifiers and simply won't take them. So you don't need to have like 20, okay? Especially if it's a luxury, nice, expensive brand of pacifier. Slow down, see if they take it first. Get a little bit, give it a test. Formula, the third thing I would say wait on or like wait partially on is formula. Don't overstock on it. First of all, are you breastfeeding? Are you not? That makes a decision there. Secondly, do any of those welcome bags come with formula? Leave me a comment if you've received one recently and it did come with formula. It's been a few years for me. Then another thing to consider would be when you do your pediatrician visits, which you're going to do when you have a newborn quite often, go ahead and ask them if they have any samples. Okay, so try a little bit of formula there, get some for free, and see what's working for baby before you go stock up. If baby has sensitivities or not, that can impact what you want to go with. So I'm not saying have zero formula, have a little bit on hand. Like I was a breastfeeding mama and I knew I wanted to breastfeed. I did have some formula in the cabinet at home. I mean, little canisters, not a lot, and I believe they were free from my pediatrician. I held on to those, had them as a backup, and it was good to have those. It's a good little security measure in the back of your brain, but don't overdo it. Don't overstock until baby has arrived and you're using formula and you know which formula. The next thing I would recommend you wait on are specialty items for like gas relief and colic. So this would be things like the Windy or gas drops, gripe water, and any other colic remedies. You know, sometimes they'll be like, these are anti-colic bottles. Is that really a thing, or is colic in your body? More like it's a issue your gut has. I don't know if a bottle can, disrupt that or not. But hold off, see if your baby is struggling, and then get these items on an as-need basis. You don't need to over-prepare for every single problem that your baby might not have. I recently did a whole video on that. I'll link it down in the description. The fifth thing I would say to hold off on is the bottle warmer. I would not use one of these. My mom ran a daycare. I don't think they're necessary. I have seen many bottles made without a bottle warmer and it went just fine. Okay, I babysat, I nannied. You don't need a bottle warmer. What my challenge to you would be is on your baby registry, people are giving you gifts. Get the practical items, get the I guarantee you need it kind of items, like say a bottle brush for washing the bottles. Yes, get that. But the bottle warmer, I would say hold off on and spend 2 weeks making bottles, whether formula, breast milk, whatever your case. Is it that hard? Can you live without the bottle warmer? Can you make do for the next year? If you can, skip it and don't end up getting it. The sixth item, I want you to do the exact same thing, the diaper pail. Can you live without it? Does their poop stink up their bedroom and you're like, can't take it, need a diaper pail? Okay, then get one. Or get a trash can, maybe not an actual diaper pail. What I did, honestly, we lived in a single-story home, so there wasn't multiple levels that can make a difference, but single-story home, I changed their diaper in their bedroom, I walked it to the kitchen trash can, and I threw it away there. Every single time I did that. Our house was not that big. It was probably 20 steps, and that's just what I did. I didn't think our kitchen smelled bad. I didn't think it was an issue. Maybe it's because I breastfed and I didn't do formula. Obviously, a baby goes through different phases of life when they're on breast milk or they're on formula. Once you introduce solids, things do change as far as their poopy diapers. So totally up to you and your level of smell sensitivity, how often you're comfortable taking out your kitchen trash can. If you take it out every night anyway, maybe you don't care. Or maybe you bag the diapers in like say a grocery sack or a small little diaper sack and throw them in your kitchen trash can. Totally up to you and how you feel about waste and plastic and all that yada yada. But consider if you can live without a diaper pail. I did, and I had zero regrets. The seventh thing I would recommend you hold off on is very complicated, expensive, and specialized swaddles. So first of all, do you even want to swaddle? Do your own research, come up with your own like decision and conclusion. Baby arrives, maybe you're like, no, we're not going to swaddle, and then you end up doing it. Okay, great. What I recommend is getting cheap, gender-neutral swaddles, like Velcro ones. Go cheap. As long as you can, go with the simple ones, and yeah, cheap, honestly, because it'll serve you in the long run. Because they do have to get bigger sizes, and they change quickly, they grow up quickly, and when I'm saying swaddles, I guess I mean the whole sleep journey, okay? So this could be like sleep sacks, wearable blankets, the Merlin's Magic sleep suit, the zippity zip when you're transitioning out of the swaddle. Don't do all the fancy things. At first, keep it super simple with basic swaddles, and then just try to get them out of the swaddle when the time comes as easily as possible. If you need to buy more assistance, buy it then. And I do believe I mentioned gender neutral items like this. I know this is just a random little tip. Go gender neutral. You can use it for all your kids. The eighth thing I recommend you hold off on is really niche and specific breastfeeding supplies and equipment. Okay, because first of all, you don't even know if it's going to work out. Okay, I am hoping and praying for you. If you want to breastfeed, I want you to be successful, and I have more videos going over that. And I have more videos going over which items I would recommend you start with. So that will be linked in the description. The core items, first is not even an item, it's getting baby to latch, okay? And then say baby doesn't latch. Say you're like, they don't latch, but you do want to give them breast milk and you're gonna go the pumping route. Okay, you're gonna need a pump. You're gonna need like breast milk storage bags from the freezer, and you're gonna need bottles. That's the basics. Okay, there's things like the Silvereds and like, you know, nursing pads in your bra, nursing bras. It can get really excessive really, really quickly. Let's first make sure that we're just gonna breastfeed, okay? If you're literally on day 3 not gonna breastfeed, then why did you spend $80 on a fancy nursing cover? That seems silly. You didn't even use it. Or $50 on a nursing pillow that, again, you didn't even use. Think about it before you dive in too far. Give yourself a chance to see if you're gonna be successful or not, okay? Again, resources will be linked. This one's a little bit tricky, but I would recommend not buying large quantities of newborn clothing until babies arrive. I know that's kind of stressful, but take the gifts you're given, look them over, and say like, okay, there's a few newborn sleepers, a few onesies, and don't panic and think you need more. First, let baby come, okay? You might have a 5-pound baby. You might have a 6-pound baby. I did not have that experience. I had an 8-pound baby and a 9-pound baby. 9.6 to be exact. So my babies did not use newborn clothing all that long. They were pretty quickly in 0 to 3 months. Okay, so don't overdo it. You might be a newborn for a week. You don't need that many outfits. Do the laundry all the time and keep up on their clothes. Wear them to death for that short period and move along to the next size. Now, if you give birth to a 4 or 5-pound baby, you might look at what you have and go, Amazon, we're gonna order more. Or people might bring you gifts and say like, baby's pretty small, newborn clothes welcome, you know? Or get some hand-me-downs from somebody in your life. All right, don't overdo it, because that's why baby clothes get passed around so often. It's because people overbuy and they never get worn, and that's why they're in mint condition when they get passed around. So hold off, see how big your baby is before you go too crazy with the newborn clothing. The 10th thing I want to tell you to hold off on is all the expensive baby containers. This is seats. This is, you know, like Bumbo, Mamaroo, a swing, a bouncer. What I recommend is going few on activity centers and things like this. Okay, go very, very few. I recommend the bouncer. It moves around the easiest and is like typically the most affordable. If you don't go like with a luxury one, go with something basic. And it's something you can throw in the bathroom with you when you take a shower or carry up and down stairs, again, very easily. You could even pack it to take it on vacation very easily. So the bouncer for me is a great starting point. Now, from there, see if you feel like you need more places to put baby. Maybe you don't. Maybe your baby likes to be held a ton, so they're in the wrap a lot. Or maybe you are putting them in daycare, so you're not even with them that many hours. And a lot of those hours are feeding them, like burping them, putting them to bed, like sleeping. Maybe you don't need containers that much, because if you think about it, the first month or two, they're doing a lot of sleeping and a lot of eating and a lot of diaper changes. not a lot of playtime. So put them on a blanket on the floor. And then months like 2, 3, 4, 5, like, okay, they need things to do a little bit, but before you know it, they're starting to roll. They're looking at their hands, they're looking at the ceiling fan, and they're crawling. The seats are a shorter phase than you realize, and they're very expensive, bulky, take up a ton of space, and in my opinion, are not always the best thing for them. So hold off, don't get all the seats, get the bouncer, would be my recommendation. Maybe borrow one from a friend and see if you feel like you need more. Okay, maybe if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're home all day and you have like large pets or something, you feel like you want them in containers. Okay, but give it a try without and see how you do first. Now, if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's that waiting does not mean you're unprepared. Okay, how do you prepare for baby? Here, education. It's not gear, it's not things. Okay, if you have, boobs or a bottle with some formula, if you have a car seat to take them home in, an outfit for them to wear, and some diapers and wipes, plus a safe place to sleep, you're okay. Less items does not mean less prepared. It means less overwhelmed. So give yourself permission to wait, to slow down, and to intentionally and thoughtfully buy baby items, and the right baby items. The right baby item for your friend may not be the right baby item for you, your household, your schedules, your routine, and your lifestyle with your baby. You can always buy something last minute if you find that you need it. But it's a lot easier to buy something and bring it into your home than it is to let it collect dust for 6 months and then try to return it later. It's not going to happen. Be thoughtful in what you buy. Hold off on some of these items, at least the majority of them. I may have not convinced you on all of them, but keep it in mind. Waiting does not mean you're behind. It means you're being thoughtful. If you want more help with your baby registry, I offer personalized baby registry review services. It'll be linked down in the description with all those other videos that I previously mentioned.